Yo, 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 yo. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News. Do me a favor before we even start this video. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. The like button is free. It ain't a cash app. So make sure y'all smash that like button. Do me that favor. Share the video. Keep that notification on. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. That part. There's a lot of smoke going on still in Memphis. And we got a lot of smoke to talk about. So light y'all smoke up. Y'all already know the vibes on that. So before we start, this video is basically based on Govan going to a who funeral. Was it a Bovain family or was it Jook funeral? That's the question. Because if he went to the Bovain family, it's just kind of funny how everything just happened. Big Jook passed away at the same time. So before we even get to the video, before we start the clip or anything, let's get this fair use copyright disclaimer out the way. You can find that in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on is for educational and entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find that in my description on my channel, on this channel. Everything that I speak on is for educational and entertainment purpose. The clips I play are also owned by the original creators. Let's get that out the way. So going back to what I was saying, it's just kind of funny how the judge bring this up during the appearance that he went to go see the judge yesterday. Now, remind y'all, remember I played the clip. He went to go see the new judge. Everybody said, oh, the judge screamed on him. I don't find it that way. I find it like they're giving him too many chances. But that's on the video I made yesterday. So go check that video out. I just dropped that yesterday. They're giving that man too many chances, man. So this video is basically based on who funeral he went to. That part. Because what I'm coming up to right now in my head, in my mind, the way I think, my opinion, and everything that I speak is alleged, I'm thinking that he couldn't go to the Big Jook funeral because Big Jook funeral was mad private. That part. And I don't think they invited Govan to Big Jook funeral. It's something telling me like, nah, I don't think Yo God ain't invited Govan to the funeral. So that leads to the Bovain family. The funeral that Govan went, the funeral that Big Jook went to, his uncle, y'all know the history. But it's just kind of funny after that funeral, after the repast, allegedly if Govan was still around that funeral, Big Jook get ambushed. Ain't that kind of crazy? Because everybody's commenting on that video, the video from the news clip, my video. They're like, yo, who funeral you went to? That's the big question that we're not gonna know. That's the question that we want to know. We ain't gonna get that answer. But if you put two and two together, Big Jook funeral was more privacy and more family. Remember, they had all the security, all that. So they wasn't just inviting everybody. Plus, Govan on a hot seat right now. So why would they invite him going to the Big Jook funeral? Going to Big Jook funeral, show the respect. They ain't gonna do that. He's too hot. So that leads going back to the Bovain family. So do Govan got something to do with Big Jook getting ambushed? Word in Memphis streets, was all on the internet. This is all documented. People's talking. Big Jook owed him some more money. This got a lot to do with money. Might got a lot to do with talking. Probably get rid of the big fish so he won't rat on me. That's Govan mentality. But who's Govan working with also? That's another thing. Because we all know he gotta be an informant. We all know that. He gotta be an informant. He gotta be working with the boys. He gotta be telling. Because of the chances that they're giving him in the court, it just doesn't make no sense. That's ridiculous. I broke that down yesterday on my last video. That boy done violated so many goddamn the bonds restriction policy is ridiculous, and they still giving him chances. And he got his wish, according to them, he got his wish getting a new judge. Oh yeah, Judge Coffey, he resigned and removed himself. Judge Coffey ain't removed himself. Let's get that out the way. Let's stop with the shenanigans. That part. We all know what's going on here. It's a big circus going on. But let's go back and hear what this judge had to tell him about the funeral part, though. So let's play this clip right quick.
Your attorney has assured me that nothing was said about this case in that interview, and I have no reason not to believe what he told me was true. But like I said, you should not be interviewing with anyone. You should not be making any public statements, and you should be in the house. That means not going to anybody's funeral. Put your hand down. You're speaking through your attorney at this point.
Yes, ma'am.
That means not going to funerals or anywhere else. That means in the house as of right now.
Yes, ma'am.
And about you not showing up on yesterday or showing up and then leaving because your counsel thought it was appropriate to allow you to go home because you were getting a barrage of phone calls, that's neither here nor there.
That's another little spooky situation. When she said his lawyer was saying he was getting mad phone calls allegedly, so he had to leave. And he had to appear to court the day before yesterday. So how many chances y'all gonna get? But back to the subject, who funeral he actually attended. My opinion, he attended the Govan family. That's who the funeral he went to. But it's just kind of funny how Big Jook passed away during the Govan family funeral going to the repast. Was Govan around? Was Govan around the repast? See, we want to know because nobody else is talking. So that's a big little question. That's a huge question that everybody want to know. Who funeral he went to? Because if he went to the Govan family and that happened to Big Jook, why did it happen to him also? That part. Am I lying? Them two is the mastermind, allegedly. Big Jook is the one with the money. Govan, people gotta understand. Govan just he ain't broke. Govan got bread too. He been around that industry messing with Lil Flip and them, the Clover G niggas who everybody know what Lil Flip is coming out of Houston. He was down with that camp. Remember, I played a clip on that when he did the interview. So he got bread put up, but he ain't got that Big Jook money. So we all know allegedly Big Jook supposed to have been the main mastermind of this whole Young Dolph situation. So my thing is, why would they gun down Big Jook and they won't gun down Govan at the same time, though? Alleged. It's just kind of suspicious. If you did go to the Govan family funeral, and then that happened to Big Jook after the funeral, and you out on bond, CEO Teaser get knocked off a month after you come home. You come home in May, CEO Teaser get knocked off in June. And then you go to the Govan family, Jook get knocked off. What we talking about here? Because that judge just ain't gonna bring it up for no reason. That part. So even if he try to sit back and say, man, I ain't go to no interview, what you talking about? The judge just told him in his face, listen, there's no more attendance and no more funerals. She didn't say it in them terms, but she basically told him no more funerals. You can't go. That means funerals. Why would she bring the funeral up first? That's another thing. She ain't say the mall. She ain't say no stores. She ain't say grocery stores. None of that. She stayed straight funeral. Read between the lines. You got to read between the lines, man. Am I lying? Go back and hear the clip. She ain't say no mall. She ain't say, yo, you can't go shopping. You can't do this. You can't be taking. Nah, she ain't say that on that part. She said there ain't no funeral attended. You was at Govan family funeral, and then when that happened to Big Jook, you probably was around and seen everything. I'm starting to think that. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have subscribed. I don't know what you're waiting on. Smash that like button and comment on below too. Also, let me know what y'all think out there. Y'all think Govan went to the Govan family funeral? Why that happened to Big Jook? Or it's the other way, or is the other second option? Did he go to the Big Jook funeral? But see, I keep telling y'all, I don't think Big Jook family, Yo Gotti and them invite him to the funeral because he already hot. The feds on him. He working with the feds. Young Dolph case, all that. They're not going to invite him to Big Jook funeral. That just bringing more attention, more heat to them. And CMG. Am I lying? Exactly. So who funeral he went to? Govan family. Govan funeral. But it's just kind of funny how Big Jook, boop, get knocked off right after that. You was around. So where was you? Why you ain't get knocked off? We ain't hear nothing about Govan around the funeral. So we don't know if that nigga pulled up, went in and then out. Remember the first, this is bugged out. If anybody remember the Big Jook situation, remember when the first narrative was the niggas was in the funeral? Am I tripping? Am I lying? That first narrative that went around when Big Jook got knocked off, they were saying the killers allegedly was in the funeral. What are we talking about here? 2 and 2 together, Govan, go to court. Now the judge don't blew your spot up. That she tell you don't attend no funerals. What? So now I'm starting to believe that narrative. When they were saying it was 2 shooters allegedly, or 2 people they didn't recognize. This was the first narrative, and people would remember this. Comment on below. The first narrative was the shooters was inside the funeral. Then that whole thing switched up after that. That was the first narrative, man. They were saying that them niggas was in the funeral. And who could that be? Govan, somebody else, because somebody got to feel real comfortable to go there. Plus, everybody got to see. Plus, everybody got to not feel uncomfortable when they see somebody they don't know. They're like, yo, who that? Who that? Everybody in that funeral probably pretty much knew each other. Am I lying? So when you see an unfamiliar face, you know, you might sit back and I might think about it, but it's going to hit your head later on like, hold up, them niggas nobody in here knew them. So it had to be somebody that actually knew their family for the 2 shooters to be at the funeral, allegedly. That was the first narrative that went around when Big Jook got knocked off. That the shooters, whoever killed Big Jook, was at the funeral also. That part. What are we talking about here? Am I lying? Because I know some people remember that. Can't make this up, man. That's why I said sometimes you just got to sit back, watch a couple news clips, read between the lines, go back, think about the first narrative everybody was spraying at the first, because you got to remember the first narrative sometimes always be the right one. Then people try to spin it around after that. Just like when Young Dolph allegedly got hit inside, when the Cookie Girl said that in the interview, that part. And then it spent around, the narrative got spent around all over the place after that. It's the same thing with Big Jook's situation. Yo, the killers was at the funeral. That was the first narrative that was going around. So if you saying that the killers was in the funeral, I'm thinking it was Govan, whoever else he was with. Whoever else he came with. Why would a judge say that? You can't attend she ain't say nothing about no shopping malls. You can't go out to eat. You can't do, she ain't say none of that. First thing she said was funeral. And stay your ass home. That's kind of like weird, right? The first thing the judge gonna say, that means you can't attend no funerals. So Mr. Govan, you can't attend no funerals. That was exactly what she said. Am I lying? Rewind and click, go back and hear it. She didn't say no shopping malls, no restaurants, none of that. Funeral was the first thing she said. So that means your ass was at the Govan family funeral while Big Jook got knocked off right after that. You was around, Govan. That part. So if that first narrative was true that the killers was inside the funeral, that means that was you and somebody else, whoever you was with. Like, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. That junk doesn't cost, it's free. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you don't know what y'all waiting on. Yeah, that part. Light y'all smoke up too. But am I lying on that? First narrative was the killers was inside the funeral. That was the first spin narrative that happened when Big Jook got knocked off. Then this nigga come to court, first thing this judge bring up is you can't attend no funeral. Read between the lines, bro. He couldn't go to Big Jook funeral. I know he wasn't there, bro, because he a hot boy. They don't want that boy there. He on every internet, every motherfucking news, everything. Yo, Gotti don't need that heat. So he couldn't go to Big Jook funeral. Let's cut that out right there. So don't even think about Big Jook funeral. He wasn't invited. So that leads back to the Govan family funeral. When Govan died. What are we talking about? And he was there when Big Jook got knocked off. I keep telling y'all people, man, this is a whole monopoly. Money's involved. People snaking each other. People getting nervous thinking that what on each other gonna end up snitching on each other. That mean Govan and Big Jook probably was feeling that way. So one of them had to go. For one of them to beat the charge. Because that jump was gonna lead back to Big Jook eventually. Big Jook was alive, but believe me, he was gonna end up coming in that Young Dolph case. Believe me, Big Jook was gonna end up getting involved in a Young Dolph case. Somebody was gonna rat Big Jook out. You best believe that. Why you think Big Jook was knocking everybody off, allegedly off, probably because he didn't want nobody to rat on him. That part. What we talking about here? So what I'm thinking is, Govan, hold up, Smoke. How Govan gonna end up going to the funeral if he was beefing with Big Jook though? They would have ended up arguing or they would have ended up popping up. Let me tell you something. Govan knew that if he go to that funeral, Big Jook and them was gonna act up. If it was in bad terms and they was beefing about money and all that. Because that's not the right place to act up at. That part. Any person gonna think that. This ain't the mafia days. That's why when that junk happened to Big Jook, everybody was kind of shook and kind of like, yo, that's crazy. This nigga died right after the funeral. Because nobody won't think in their right mind to do something like that. But see, that was the only way they was gonna get Big Jook by slipping. I mean him slipping up, being out the car. Cause remember, every car he drove, every truck he drove, them shits was bulletproof. Big Jook. So who's the perfect person to know his moves and all that? Govan. That's his man. What we talking about here? That's his man. That's Big Jook man right there, man. Mm-hmm. Go back to that interview he did with Stan G when he said that how he first met Lil Flip. Matter of fact, you don't even have to go there. Go back to a couple of videos I played when I played. I think is the video before the one I just dropped. Go read the title. Govan does an interview. Go check my video out and you're going to see the clip that I'm talking about. How he met Little Flip. And then him and Little Flip, they ended up connected. Him and Big Jook knew each other, man. So they was already boys. So the meaning of what I'm trying to say is that Govan was the type of nigga that if he locked in with you and you the breadwinner, Govan is he gonna ride with you. He was like that with Little Flip. And he was the same way with Big Jook. Meaning Govan. I ain't crazy, man. Ain't no reason that judge is gonna come out and say, yeah, you can't go to no funerals. That's the first thing she's gonna mention, huh? I would have looked at the judge like, yo, why you even say that? Now people gonna think nah, man, Big Jook died. They gonna think I know Govan thinking that right now. I know Govan thinking that for a fact right now. What we talking about? Hit that like button. Govan sitting back like, yo, why the hell this judge said that? Because you know why? Because he probably tired of yes. That's why too. Because he looking like, listen, man, what I just heard, you nigga, don't go to no funerals, nigga. Bodies dropping while you at the funeral. Me and Big Jook dropped that Govan family on funeral. So that means when that judge said that put you at the funeral, B. And I ain't trying to hear, no, he was at the Big Jook. Listen, Yo Gotti is not going to invite Govan at that funeral. He's a hot boy. Too much heat on Govan. Yo Gotti's not inviting him over there to that private funeral they have for Big Jook. That part. So that leads to what other funeral? The Govan family. The one that Big Jook passed away at. And it's just kind of funny that just happened, though. Because everybody was actually wondering, was Govan at that funeral before this judge even said this? Yeah. Am I lying? That been the narrative. Yo, Govan was at the funeral. We don't know. Only Memphis people probably know. Probably came, like I say, probably came in and out. Walked in, seen Big Jook, all that. I show his respect. You know, did his little ooh-ooh, came in there, walked out. Probably bust one of them type of moves. Probably had the two niggas he was with in the back seat. Govan walked. You know what I mean? He walked down there. You know the main line to show respect to the casket. He probably walked down there while the two other shooters all the way in the back of the funeral. Because I believe it was three niggas in that car. It might have been four. But one nigga on the two niggas or one nigga hopped out and ambushed Big Jook. And the only nigga I could think of that actually that's actually comfortable will probably be comfortable. Big Jook be around somebody that's comfortable, even though they in bad terms over money. But at that time, of the moment of the funeral, you're not gonna think that, yo, this nigga gonna end up knocking me off at this funeral. You're not thinking that right there, bro. You know, maybe at a club or something, you see the nigga, you gotta, all right, nah, I mean, let me keep my eyes open, let the homies know, know what I mean? But at a funeral, you're not thinking that way. You're not thinking, yo, this nigga gonna end up knocking me off because I owed him like 100,000, 200,000, whatever. Meaning Big Jook thinking about that about Govan. And Govan knew if he comes to that funeral, that's perfect timing. Niggas ain't gonna think nothing gonna happen. Mad comfortable. It's a funeral. Who the hell gonna think somebody gonna end up dying after a funeral? Come on, man. It all makes sense. So who funeral you was at? My opinion, allegedly, everything I speak on is alleged. I think you was at the Govan family funeral. That's what I think. And I think you and Big Jook was at bad terms, but, you know, at that moment, it ain't not going to happen. Well, that's what Big Jook thought. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Hit that like button, man. Do me that favor. And comment on below. Let me know. Y'all think this nigga was at the Govan family? Y'all think he got something to do with Big Jook getting knocked off? Because the word on the streets, word on the internet, that Big Jook still owe on Govan bread. He owed them a lot of money still. If alleged they was involved in a Young Dolph situation. Yeah, let's get to that part. Govan probably wasn't trying to hear it. See, y'all got to understand, we don't know who the back end niggas of this whole thing. We only know Govan, Straight Drop, Cornelius, Sean Dab. Those are only niggas we know right now. We don't know. It might be other niggas involved in this that we don't know about. And they still out there, you know what I mean? You know, running and gunning. Govan niggas. Because the way they did Big Jook, come on, man. Let's all be for real now. Niggas was scoping out on Big Jook. Niggas had to been outside. It had to been like mad cars involved in that whole ambush, man. Just the same way they did Young Dolph. They followed Young Dolph, different type of cars, probably all the way till they got to the cookie shop. Same way they did Big Jook. But see, the only thing I'm saying about Big Jook, they knew he was at the funeral. They seen him come out the funeral, and somebody that was actually there. And the only one I could think of is Govan. Because why would that judge bring that up on the first thing, the first thing she tell you not to go to, or not to appear, or not to even try to attempt to go to any funerals? Come on, that's the key right there. Boom, she done popped the lock. You can't attend no funerals. Okay, that means that you was at a funeral before she even mentioned this thing. That part. Come on, what we talking about here, man? What are we talking about here? Seriously. Only a person that can't understand won't understand. And you got to be bugged out if you don't understand what I just told you, and the way that lady just broke it down, and the first thing she said, oh, you can't go to no funerals. But she don't tell this nigga can't. You know, she said all the shopping thing later on, but the funeral is like, it's kind of like spooky. It's just weird. When she say funeral, it was just weird. Like out of all words and out of all things, you're going to say funeral. So you basically saying that man attempting one of these funerals, and it can't be Big Jook funeral because it was too private. And he a hot boy. And Yo Gotti wasn't trying to, Yo Gotti definitely ain't laying that nigga to that funeral. He don't want that fire on CMG. None of that. He trying to stay away from this Young Dolph case. Am I lying? Exactly. So y'all know Yo Gotti wasn't trying to invite Govan to the funeral. He's trying to stay away from the Young Dolph case. So what other funeral we talking about here? The Govan. Man, boy, you got something to do with Big Jook game ambush, allegedly. I don't care what nobody said. It was either Big Jook was going to drop a dime on you, snitch your ass out, and be an informant. We don't know. Because I can't see Big Jook going back doing another 10, 15 years at the age he was at. Remember, Big Jook did a little stretch before. That boy wasn't going back. A lot of these niggas be high-class informants and still can run around and do what they want in these streets, especially when they're high-class celebrities or related to a celebrity that's a celebrity. So they can stay around the loop, stay around what's going on. That's the only way they're going to know. That's the only way they're going to get information. That part. You can't get information from somebody that stay in the house or or locked up in jail. Am I lying? You only gonna get information from somebody running around with crews and all that type of stuff. Especially in that industry, hip-hop industry, that a lot of these Ricos are coming down on. So that's how I know Yo Gotti and invite that nigga to that Big Jook funeral, because Yo Gotti ain't beat. You're not bringing that heat over here, nigga. You staying over there, nigga. Am I lying? That's the only way Yo Gotti. Come on, that ain't the only way. That's the only thing. That's the only thing he thinking about, nigga. You not coming over here. You're not invited. Who's we to say that them niggas, Yo Gotti and his crew, niggas, he probably, Govan niggas probably looking for Govan. We don't know that. I mean, Big Jook niggas looking for Govan. We don't know that. We don't know. Maybe they got a feeling Govan has something to do with Big Jook getting ambushed. Because remember, they haven't found the killers yet. No update, nothing. That part. That part. So do me a favor, hit that like button, man. Because like I told y'all, see, a lot of these people don't be reading between the lines. The first thing the judge said, you can't attend no funerals. Why would she bring up? That's like, yo, bro, that's like saying, you know what I mean? When you say a word like that in court, and then you know that somebody just died at a funeral and a repast like Big Jook did, and you a hot boy for the young dog situation, all types of shit. She dropped a bomb on that court when she said that, man. And nobody ain't catch that. Smoke News caught that. And yeah, that's why I had to make this video. Because who funeral you was at, you wasn't at Big Jook's, you was at the Govan. So the question is, what happened to Big Jook? Was you allegedly involved in that? Allegedly. I'm up out of here, man. Do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe. You gotta subscribe to the channel because I don't know what you're waiting on. Seriously. Shout out to the gang, man. Make sure y'all comment on below. Let me know how y'all feel. Do we got something to do with Big Jook? And what funeral he attended? That part. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News, man. Salute. I'm out of here, gang.